This just in out of the NFL, the Commanders are re-signing linebacker Bobby Wagner to a one-year contract. That's the latest from our Jonathan Jones. The deal is reportedly worth up to $9.5 million, $8 of that guaranteed. In his first season with Washington,
the Washington Commanders shocked the NFL world in 2024, completing one of the most dramatic transformations in recent league history. After struggling at the bottom of the standings, they catapulted to elite status, reaching the NFC Championship game in a season that nobody saw coming. This remarkable reversal of fortune came in Dan Quinn's first season as head coach, as the team finished with an impressive 12-5 record. It marked their best campaign since the Super Bowl-winning 1991 season. The rookie quarterback-led squad demonstrated that with the right pieces and leadership, an organization can transform almost overnight. Yet despite this success, the Commanders know they need to keep building if they want to take the next step in 2025. They've already started making moves to strengthen their roster. The Commanders' front office, led by General Manager Adam Peters, wasted no time making significant moves this offseason. With approximately $75 million in cap space available, they've already executed some important transactions. One major acquisition came when they sent a fifth-round draft pick to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for versatile offensive weapon Deebo Samuel. Despite questions about Samuel's reliability in the passing game during 2024, the dynamic playmaker fought through multiple injuries and even pneumonia last season. Meanwhile, rumors continue swirling around star defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, who might be traded as the team evaluates which free agents to retain and which to let walk. These decisions will be crucial for their continued success. But one massive piece just fell into place that has the entire organization, especially Jayden Daniels, absolutely ecstatic. The Commanders have re-signed future Hall of Fame linebacker Bobby Wagner to a one-year deal. This huge announcement came on Thursday, March 6th, when NFL Network's Mike Garafole and Ian Rappaport broke the news. Wagner's new contract is worth up to $9.5 million, with $8 million fully guaranteed. This actually represents a significant pay increase from his 2024 deal, which was worth $6.5 million, with only $6.06 million guaranteed. The organization clearly values what Wagner brings to Washington. At 34 years old, some might question investing in an aging linebacker, but Wagner's play hasn't slipped a bit. He remains one of the most consistent and reliable middle linebackers the league has ever seen. He was the heartbeat of the Commanders' defense last season and will look to build on that foundation in 2025. When the news broke about Wagner's return, Jayden Daniels couldn't contain his excitement. The young quarterback immediately took to Instagram to share his emotional reaction, posting a story that simply said, "Let's go!" Daniels tagged Wagner in his post, making it clear just how thrilled he was about his veteran teammate's return to Washington. The reaction might seem surprising coming from a quarterback about a defensive player, but the relationship between these two runs much deeper than their positions on the field. Since when does an offensive player get this excited about a defensive signing? Since when does a 24-year-old rookie quarterback care this much about a veteran linebacker almost 11 years his senior? The answer is simple. The Washington Commanders have successfully built a culture where team chemistry transcends positional divides and age gaps. The locker room has been completely transformed. What makes Daniels' reaction even more fascinating is the deep connection these two players developed during the 2024 season. Despite playing on opposite sides of the ball and being at completely different stages of their careers, they formed a powerful mentor-mentee relationship. Both hailing from Southern California, Daniels and Wagner found common ground beyond football. They spent significant time together off the field, with Daniels often playfully claiming he was the better basketball player of the two. In his own words, Daniels explained how their relationship evolved. "Obviously, I knew of him but didn't know him personally. But ever since I got here, we kind of just hit it off, and he's like a big brother to me and everything. Always giving game, taking care of us." This brotherly bond has been instrumental in helping Daniels transition from college to the professional ranks. Wagner's guidance helped the rookie quarterback become a pro at his position during his first NFL season. The veteran's influence extended far beyond defensive calls and tackles. Bobby Wagner's value to the Commanders extends far beyond his statistical contributions. Though those are impressive enough, Coaches describe him as a coach on the field and the ultimate leader whose impact permeates throughout the organization.
Man, I just think we challenge each other in different ways. I think a lot of you guys see us like playing around a lot and talking a lot of trash, but I just think it's just been a really cool relationship that's kind of developed over a long time, and it's fun coming to work. It's fun poking fun at him, and gotta treat him like the child he is.
Defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. praised Wagner's character and influence. He said, "He's a humble man. He listens. He takes coaching. He takes the younger guys. He brings them in and is a mentor. I can tell him and talk to him within the game, and he could take what I'm saying and communicate it really well to the players." This leadership didn't come at the expense of on-field performance. Wagner led the Commanders with 132 tackles during the regular season, including 10 for loss. He started all 20 games Washington played, including 3 playoff contests, showcasing remarkable durability and consistency. His performance earned him second-team All-Pro honors and his 10th Pro Bowl selection. That level of sustained excellence is exactly why the Commanders prioritized bringing him back for the 2025 campaign. Wagner's decorated NFL career makes him a virtual lock for the Hall of Fame. The 2025 season will be his 14th in the league, a remarkable achievement for a position as physically demanding as middle linebacker. He has been selected to the Pro Bowl in all but 3 of his 13 NFL seasons, a testament to his consistent excellence. Wagner has earned 11 All-Pro selections, firmly establishing himself among the greatest to ever play his position. His crowning achievement came in the 2013 season when he helped lead the Seattle Seahawks to a Super Bowl victory. That championship pedigree is exactly what the Commanders need as they pursue their own title aspirations. Despite his advancing age, Wagner remains the gold standard at his position. His play in 2024 showed no signs of decline, and the Commanders are betting that trend continues in 2025. Re-signing Wagner represents just one component of Washington's broader offseason approach. The Commanders have made several other notable moves to retain key contributors from their 2024 squad. They've re-signed veteran tight end Zach Ertz to a 1-year deal worth up to $9 million with incentives, base value $6.25 million. Ertz experienced a career resurgence with Daniels in 2024, catching 66 passes for 654 yards and 7 touchdowns. All these numbers ranked second on the team behind only Terry McLaurin. Daniels reacted similarly to Ertz's return, posting 6 exclamation marks on Instagram to express his excitement. Fans quickly noticed the pattern, commenting, "Number 5 is happy," and "Keep making number 5 happy, Washington." This existing relationship helped facilitate Wagner's initial signing with Washington in 2024. The linebacker is what team insiders call a DQ guy, a player who embodies the values and approach that Quinn prioritizes. When Quinn took over as head coach, he brought in several veterans he trusted to help establish his culture. Wagner was perhaps the most important of these additions, serving as an extension of the coaching staff on the field.
With what you think the Niners should do with Brock Purdy, Steve Young?
Well, you got to have a little backdrop. I think the effort to make sure that we had Super Bowl ready teams the last few years while Brock was on his rookie contract.
The 49ers have finally put their cards on the table with Brock Purdy. What's the number? $45 million per year. Yes, you heard that right. The quarterback who led this team to a Super Bowl appearance is being offered just $45 million annually, and NFL insiders are calling it exactly what it is: hardball tactics. Jason LaConfora wrote on Twitter, 49ers playing hardball with Purdy is very on brand. Starting your offers at $45 million a year is something indeed. In today's quarterback market, that's practically an insult to a 25-year-old rising star with Purdy's resume. Let's break down this contract situation, what it means for Purdy's future in San Francisco, and why this lowball offer might come back to haunt the 49ers organization. First, let's talk about where Purdy stands right now. He's entering the final year of his ridiculously undervalued rookie deal, a $3.74 million 4-year contract that the 49ers signed him to as the last pick in the 2022 draft. Yes, Mr. Irrelevant has been the biggest bargain in the NFL over the past 2 seasons. For the 2025 season, Purdy is set to make about $5.2 million thanks to the proven performance escalator after making the Pro Bowl last season. That's still pennies compared to what top quarterbacks are making in today's NFL. For perspective, Purdy has made less than $1 million annually for his first 3 seasons. If any player deserves a massive pay bump, it's the guy who went from being the final draft pick to leading his team to an NFC Championship and Super Bowl appearance in just his second season. The 49ers have made it clear, at least publicly, that extending Purdy is a major priority on their offseason to-do list. John Lynch has repeatedly stated his desire to keep Purdy in San Francisco for the long term. But as we've learned countless times in the NFL, actions speak louder than words. So just how insulting is a $45 million per year offer? Let's put it in context. If Purdy accepted this deal, he would be tied for just 12th in average annual value among NFL quarterbacks, alongside Patrick Mahomes and Kirk Cousins. Yes, that's right, the same Kirk Cousins who got $180 million from the Falcons last year at age 36 while recovering from an Achilles tear. The market for elite quarterbacks has exploded recently. The top 5 highest-paid QBs all make $53 million per year or more. Dak Prescott just reset the market at $60 million annually. SpotRack, the industry leader in contract projections, has Purdy's market value estimated at $59.7 million per year, which would make him the second highest-paid quarterback behind only Prescott. So while $45 million might sound like a massive number to the average fan, in the context of the current quarterback market, it's a lowball offer that doesn't reflect Purdy's value or accomplishments. Former quarterback Chris Sims questioned whether Purdy was even worth top dollar, saying, $60 million for Brock Purdy. I don't feel comfortable with that. But the reality is that the market dictates the price, not comfort levels or what seems reasonable. And right now, the market for franchise quarterbacks is north of $50 million per year. What has Purdy done to deserve top quarterback money? Let's look at his resume. In just over 2 seasons as the 49ers starter, Purdy has compiled a 23-13 record. He's led San Francisco to 3 straight playoff appearances and 2 NFC Championship games. He finished 4th in MVP voting in 2023, establishing himself as one of the league's premier passers. Over the last 2 seasons, Purdy has thrown for 8,144 yards, 51 touchdowns, and 23 interceptions, with a stellar 104.5 passer rating. He's added another 467 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns on the ground. These are numbers that put him in elite company. Yes, the 2024 season wasn't his finest. His passer rating dropped nearly 17 points to 96.1, with 20 touchdown passes against 12 interceptions. The 49ers struggled to a 6-11 record, with Purdy going 6-9 as a starter. He threw for 3,864 yards while completing 65.9% of his passes and taking 31 sacks. All these numbers were worse than his 2023 breakout campaign, but context matters. The 49ers were plagued by injuries to key playmakers throughout the season. Christian McCaffrey barely played. Trent Williams missed significant time. Deebo Samuel wasn't himself. It wasn't just Purdy who struggled. The entire team did. Despite the down year, Purdy has proven his worth. He's young, just 25, has shown he can perform at an MVP level, and has led his team to the biggest stage in football. Those are the credentials of a quarterback who deserves to be paid near the top of the market. So why are the 49ers starting so low? ESPN's Adam Schefter shed some light on their strategy. Schefter said this on The Pat McAfee Show.
And Brock Purdy obviously is going to want to get a deal done, and the Niners would want to get a deal done. But the issue is he's scheduled to make $5.1 million this season. He then could be tagged after next season for $41 million. He could be tagged the season after that for $51 million. So if you don't get a deal done with Brock Purdy and you're the Niners, and again, this would not be what Brock Purdy would want, I would imagine. Certainly not what his agent would want. He would play for $5 million this year, $41 next year, $51 the year after.
Schefter continued.
You're talking about $97+ million over the next 3 years, which for most people would be incredible money, but not for a quarterback who's waiting to get paid. And so the Niners have a bit of a cap issue, cash issue. And so they can't put Brock Purdy necessarily where he might be.
This reveals the 49ers' leverage in these negotiations. They could potentially control Purdy's rights for 3 more years without offering him a long-term deal. Pay him $5.1 million this year, franchise tag him at $41 million next year, and tag him again at $51 million the following year. That's significant leverage, but it's also a risky strategy. Playing hardball with your franchise quarterback rarely ends well. Just ask the Ravens about their negotiations with Lamar Jackson, or look at what happened with the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Both quarterbacks eventually got paid even more by waiting. The 49ers cap situation is another factor in these negotiations. They're not exactly flush with cap space, and they have several big contracts already on the books. Their highest paid players for the 2025 season based on salary cap figures are Fred Warner, $29.2 million. George Kittle, $22 million. Trent Williams, $21.7 million. Nick Bosa, $20.5 million. Deebo Samuel, $15.9 million, now traded. Christian McCaffrey is the NFL's highest paid running back, with scheduled cap figures of $9.4 million this year, $11.9 million in 2026, and a massive $27.5 million in 2027. The 49ers just traded away Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders, which frees up some cap space, but they've also extended Brandon Ayuk, 4 years, $120 million, and Trent Williams, 3 years, $82.69 million, which limits their financial flexibility. They can create more cap space by restructuring existing contracts, something they've done frequently in recent years. But there's a limit to how many times you can kick the can down the road before the bill comes due. There's a deeper philosophical question at play here. Should Brock Purdy be paid like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? One perspective, articulated in the reporting, argues that Purdy shouldn't make more than Patrick Mahomes $45 million per year or Josh Allen $43 million per year because he's not better than those two elite quarterbacks.
It's more physically demanding because, like you said, football is a more physically demanding sport than the game of baseball. But I think what Shohei is doing is more difficult because I think we can only chronicle maybe 2 players that did it at this level. That's Babe Ruth, that's Shohei Ohtani. We've seen a lot of, hell, Troy Brown played offense and defense for the Patriots. You remember that, Stephen A? You remember that, Ocho?
Travis Hunter finds himself at the center of a heated debate that has crossed the boundaries between football and baseball. During his NFL Combine press conference in Indianapolis, the Heisman Trophy winner made a statement that instantly went viral, igniting fierce reactions from fans and professionals across both sports. When asked directly about which dual role was more challenging, his two-way football position or Shohei Ohtani's pitcher-hitter combination in baseball, Hunter didn't hesitate to back himself. Probably me. What I do in football because it's a lot on your body, you know. Ohtani, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
Probably me, what I do in football because it's a lot on your body. You know, Ohtani, he's a great player, but you got to do a lot in football.
This straightforward comparison between two elite athletes from different sports quickly sparked outrage, particularly among baseball enthusiasts who viewed the comment as disrespectful to one of baseball's greatest talents. The brewing controversy has made many wonder if Hunter's bold attitude might affect his draft prospects, similar to concerns raised about his Colorado teammate Shedeur Sanders.